And if your goal is to have a real and meaningful connection, it's time to walk away. Because if you accept this less than relationship, if you accept less than what you want, you are putting a signal to that other person, to yourself, and to the universe that you want less, that you are willing to accept less.
Hello and welcome to Journey to Lasting Love, the podcast. I am your host, Tina Shayani, and the head coach at T-Shay Coaching. If you are looking to attract a loving partner to build a relationship with that gets better with time, if you are looking to deepen your current relationship, or you just want to live a happier life, you are in the right place. Every week we will discuss a new topic that will bring you understanding, clarity, and the tools to become the best version of yourself, the happiest version of yourself.
Hello and welcome to this week's live show here in Journey to Lasting Love. As you know, I am your host, Tina Shayani, as well as the head coach at T-Shay Coaching, where we help people attract and build lasting, loving relationships. For those of you who join me week after week here, I thank you so much. And I know most of you watch not live, but on replay. So if you are here on replay, please leave a comment so that I know you're here. I really enjoy the interactions I have with you guys throughout the week. So if you have a question, a comment, a topic you want to discuss, please send me a DM and I look forward to interacting with you and hearing your thoughts. So every week here, we talk about a different topic. And this week is an interesting, and I want to say very, very important topic that has always existed. And it's something that each and every one of us and anybody who has ever dated, I want to say, has had an issue with. And what I love about our modern world is that everything has a name, everything has a title. So this is called now, it never had a name before. It was just, I don't know what it was called before. Maybe it was called stringing someone along, but now it's called breadcrumbing. So what does it mean to be breadcrumbed or to breadcrumb someone? Is that we give them or they give us more likely just enough to keep us going, to keep us on their string, but not an actual relationship. It's a booty call. It's just enough. And they convince us that there is some external reason for this lack of a deeper relationship. And if you are okay with a shallow relationship, if that is your current goal, that is something different. But if you are here and you are listening to me, I hope and I believe that most likely you are in the dating game, not just for, I don't know, a booty call or just to have somebody, but you're looking for that real loving connection to another human being that is going to lead to a lifetime relationship, to marriage. And if that's what you're looking for, this being involved with a breadcrumber is one of the most dangerous pitfalls that you can fall into. Because what happens? So let's run through this a little bit. You meet someone, he's great, things are going really well, it's exciting, you're seeing each other, you fall into a relationship. And it comes to the point of, so now we have finished the initial phase. Where do we go from here? It's a shit or get off the pot scenario. You either have to take the relationship to the next level or walk away. This breadcrumbing is a in-between phase. It is a phase that you don't let go, but you also don't hold on. So you're taking a relationship that possibly was going somewhere or possibly was going nowhere, and you're choosing the middle ground. You're holding on to something that is not going anywhere. And this is the most important thing that we need to understand. When someone shows you who they are, and when someone tells you what they are looking for, believe them. If they tell you, I am too busy to have a relationship, if I am in school or whatever the excuse is, ever, or I have some issues I need to resolve, I'm focusing on work, or all of these excuses. And let me tell you that they are all excuses. This simply means that I do not want to commit to this relationship. And that could be for a million reasons. But the ultimate message is I do not want to grow this relationship. But if you want to hang out with me and take the little crumbs that I'm willing to give, then I'll stay with you. So what happens?
Hey, I just have to pause for a second because if you're here, I know you're serious about making a change, and I want to help you do exactly that. I offer one-to-one coaching designed to give you the clarity, strategy, and confidence to take action and see real results. No more second guessing, no more feeling stuck. It's time to move forward with a plan that actually works and works quickly. And if you're looking for daily insights, live sessions, and exclusive content to keep you motivated, make sure you connect with me on Instagram and YouTube. Join my Facebook group, Journey to Lasting Love. But here's the thing, spots for my coaching fill up really fast and they're very limited in number because I work closely with my clients and get real results fast. So if you're ready to take the next step, don't wait. Head over to my website, tshaycoaching.com, and book an exploratory session for today. Let's see if this is the right fit for you. All right, let's jump back in.
We let go of our goal of finding that real connection, and we are like a starving person. Instead of having a full meal, we'll say, okay, I'll take just one bite of your sandwich, and that will be enough for me. And what happens? We compromise ourselves. We compromise our own integrity in the eyes of that other person, but that's not the person that we're concerned about. More importantly, we compromise ourselves in front of ourselves. We belittle ourselves and we devalue ourselves when we accept less than. And I'm not saying after the second date, you have to commit and say, this is the one. You know when the time has come for the relationship to move to the next level. It doesn't take 2 years. It doesn't take 5 years. It takes time, but not an infinite, not a huge amount of time, 3 months, 6 months. At that point of you seeing each other, sometimes it could be 1 month, sometimes it can be 2 weeks. At that point, you see that the relationship is at a place that it's time to move to the next level. So what happens is you had this kind of whirlwind romance, but it's not ready. And the person in the relationship, for whatever reason, and it doesn't matter the reason, they are just not ready to take this relationship to the next level. And if your goal is to have a real and meaningful connection, it's time to walk away. Because if you accept this less than relationship, if you accept less than what you want, you are putting a signal to that other person, to yourself, and to the universe that you want less, that you are willing to accept less. And then it's always the, yeah, but Tina, but he's such a nice guy and he could be. He could be, but he's not. I want you to really take a look of what it is that this is costing you. And why do we accept this? Because we are afraid. Ultimately, whenever we compromise ourselves and Of course, there are compromises in relationships, but there are marked differences between compromising on something and compromising yourself. And you know what the difference is. We all know what the difference is, but we talk ourselves into these less than relationships out of fear. We are so deathly afraid of being alone. Hear this really, I want to say on a daily basis that I don't want to be alone. Or what if I never find someone else? What if I never find someone else? But I want to say to you, what if you do find someone else? What if there is that wonderful person waiting for you? And I promise you that your person is out there waiting for you. You just have to have the confidence to be patient until you meet your person and not fill that space with a less than relationship. Because when the space is full, your new person cannot enter your life. Imagine you have a room and somebody wants to come in, but your room is filled with garbage. That new person, there's like literal garbage blocking the door for your person to walk in. So, in order to allow your person to find you, you have to remove that garbage that is a stumbling block and a less than relationship. And you can tell me from now until the cows come home how much potential this person has. But these are things that are really not real. That person may someday be better than what they are. But look at what is in front of you now and look at what they are offering you. Are they offering you a halfway relationship? And is that what you want? I'm not saying that. Are you willing to settle for that? Clearly, if you're in this type of relationship, you're willing to settle for it. But look at what you're giving up. How much mental energy do you spend thinking, well, he did this week, so that must mean that he likes me a little bit more than he did last week, and he'll come around, and we look for the signs and we look in a way that we see what we want to see instead of that which is in front of us. I did a consultation call with someone recently, and he was telling me about signs from the universe, but the signs he was reading were signs that he saw around in his literally backyard, as opposed to the words and actions that the other human being was showing him, because there was a certain outcome that he was interested in. Instead of paying attention to the words and actions of the person that he was in a relationship with, he was looking for signs from the world and his external world. But isn't it more important to pay attention to the words and actions of the person in front of you? We tend to sometimes, and it's okay. It doesn't make you bad. It doesn't make you nuts. It doesn't make you anything. It makes you a human being who is vulnerable and beautiful, that we want things and we skew our vision of the world to accommodate the things that we want, so that we don't close the door on that thing. We so desperately want this relationship, and this person is here and giving us that little bit that they are giving us. And we are so unfortunately desperate that we are willing to hold on to this little crumb of a relationship instead of saying, I'm going to let go so that I can have something better. In order to have something better, you must let go of this trash. I was working with a woman who was on a string. This man was stringing her along, and he was telling her all of these amazing things about himself. So we took a deep dive, and it didn't take very long. It took just 2 sessions. Maybe it was even just one session. And she was able to realize that there were things that he was saying. There was a way that he was presenting himself to her. There were his words, and then there were his actions. And these two did not match. But because she liked him, she was willing to believe kind of like his personal propaganda. She was willing to accept that she was willing to believe that he was all of these wonderful things. But then his actions were not so wonderful. His actions did not match those words. And when we took away that veil of seeing what you want to see, she was able to see him for who he really was. He was someone that wanted to be all of those wonderful things that he was talking about, but he was actually not that person. And once that veil was lifted, she was able to see clearly, and it was in a flash. She was like, "Oh my God, what have I been doing?" And at that point, she was ready to walk away from him without regret and without looking back. And when I tell you that within weeks, she met this amazing guy and they are still together, it is pure magic. But when you are holding somebody's string, when you are being strung along, you cannot meet somebody else. And we all say, "Oh, no, 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 but I'm open. I'm open. I'm still looking. If someone asks me out, I'll go." Nonsense. Nonsense. You are blocking your door with garbage. So if you are serious about having a real relationship, if you are serious about having real, deep, true love, you cannot afford to settle for crumbs. When you are hungry and you want an invitation to a five-star restaurant, do not stop at McDonald's. Keep going, because what happens? You get stuck at McDonald's, and that's not a good place to be. So if your goal is, and I want to say that if you're listening to me, it is to have a long lasting, really committed relationship, don't settle for less. If someone is treating you poorly, and I'm not talking about like things that are compromisable. There are some things that are okay to compromise on, and there are things that are deal breakers. If someone is doing things and has qualities that are on your deal breaker list, the time has come to walk away. And you know, deep inside, if you allow yourself that moment of clarity to really look inside yourself and see what it is, and don't let the voice of fear of being alone convince you to stay where you are, to be small, that I am not worth more than this. I am here to tell you, you are infinitely valuable and you are worthy of love exactly as you are today. And I invite you to love yourself enough to take yourself out of a less than relationship and be okay with being alone. I promise you, it will not be forever. Give yourself the opportunity to meet someone who also wants to have a deep and meaningful connection with you. Someone who speaks the words, but then acts on it as well. Don't accept crumbs when you want a full meal. So the answer here is it happens to everyone. So don't beat yourself up about it. It's a loving human being and it's okay. I want it, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it, but love yourself enough to harness your power. And it will take a lot of power. No one ever said it was easy. If it was easy, I would be out of a job. It's not easy, but it's doable. It is something that you can do. And I ask you, if you are on someone's string, harness the power that is inside of you. And I know that it's there. And find the courage to tell your fear, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay alone, and I will meet someone else. And I deserve to be loved completely. I deserve to be treated well. I deserve for my partner to want to commit to me as I want to commit to him. And that's in that way, you are taking out the garbage and you are opening the doors and the windows and everything to the new possibility of a real and deep connection. So give yourself the opportunity, harness the power to walk away from that less than relationship, get off the string. But one word of caution, if you have been on the string for a while, when you want to walk away, pay attention. He is not going to be, or she, sorry, is not going to be happy about it because they like having you on their string. It's very convenient for the stringer to have you there, and it's somewhat empowering for that person. So don't be surprised if they use some manipulation tactics to get you to stay on the string. And when you know that this is coming, you won't be vulnerable to it. And you can look and say, aha, I was expecting this. And it can become like a joke instead of something that is sucking away your energy and taking up so much of that mental space. Thinking about something, should I, shouldn't I, is he, isn't he? That is a drain on your life. So let's walk away from the drain and find the love that fuels us, that fills us up and makes us better than we are today. And it gives us the opportunity to give to another human being. But the giving should not be one way. You should not be the only giver. And that's really a lot of what happens in a breadcrumbing relationship. The person on the string gives way more than they should, and the person holding the string receives way more than they should. So really, I invite you to take a look at these relationships that you're in. Are you on someone's string, and find the courage to cut it? So I spoke about it in some posts that I have a graduate this week. I have a client who's done. We've gotten her to achieve her goal. So that means that I have an open spot for one-to-one coaching. If this is something that you're ready for, if you are ready to fast track your life and get to the next level fast, if you want guidance in taking out the trash so that the love of your life can enter your life, let me know. Send me a direct message and let's see what we can do. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope this was interesting. I hope that it was helpful, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Take care.
Thank you so much for being here. If this resonates with you, don't let the journey stop here. Let's keep the conversation going. Follow me on Instagram and YouTube. Join my Facebook group, Journey to Lasting Love, for daily insights, live discussions, and exclusive content designed to help you grow and thrive. But if you're truly ready to create real change in your life, nothing beats personalized support. My one-to-one coaching is designed to help you break through barriers, gain clarity, take action with confidence. Imagine where you could be in just a few weeks from now. Spots are extremely limited, so don't wait. Head over to my website, tshaycoaching.com, and schedule an exploratory session, and let's see if this is the right fit for you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an update. I can't wait to connect with you. See you soon.